Within our world are creatures we cannot hope to comprehend. Science refuses to recognize them as fact. But Hollywood sees this as an easy cash grab. Now, join these three men as they venture into these attempts at success. You will witness the good, the bad, and the strange as you are now venturing into Cryptic Collectors.
Welcome all once again to Cryptic Collectors, the only show where we talk about all types of strange mysteries and horrible documentaries based on creatures with Ace of Spades heads.
You mean mockumentary? Because this is a mockery of the documentary genre.
Is it a documentary, really, though? Yeah, I mean, is it even a mockumentary?
Well,
I don't think it knows what it is.
Well, we're going to get to that in a little bit, but...
Yeah, and Dan, to answer your question, we know what it is. The movie we're reviewing today.
Yeah, so... Before we begin, hello everyone, Ace Marrok back here once again, along with my colleague, Sippy.
Yo.
And, of course, CrookedLore.
Hey, remember me from a few months ago saying we'll be back in about a week? Yeah, sorry.
So...
I'm sorry to both of you that listen to us.
Yeah, so...
SippyVA send memes.
Yeah, all three of you listening to our podcast. So, a little thing about that. So, we apologize for how long this took, but as you guys know, personal lives kind of get in the way, and we had a lot of problems trying to get this recording done. And plus,
I actually had I just want to bring up, I had a different reason why I couldn't make it. I didn't want to tell you guys this, but I ran across the Black Eyed Kids. See, two kids knocked on my door when I came out. One stabbed me in the knee, came into my house and stole from me. Okay, maybe they weren't Black Eyed Kids.
Those were the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, they had. That sounds
makes
like the Black
sense.
Eyed Peas, my friend.
That explains why they were full-grown adults and why there was only one girl.
It's like, I need an adult. But no, also, the original movie that we were going to be doing, that I sort of set it up last time we were recording, unfortunately, that we're going to have to delay on that a little bit, because while the movie is available on Amazon to rent, unfortunately, I have yet to figure out a way to be able to share it with my colleagues here without having to make them spend a buck, and as some of us here know, finances aren't exactly our friend. Yeah, so for anyone in the comments, if you happen to know any way to share a rented movie with with others, please let us know in the comments below so we could be able to review what we were supposed to review, which was Letters from the Big Man. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, and admittedly, this is a cryptid I wanted to talk about in the first season, but we never got a chance to, and that, of course, being about the Flatwoods Monster, also known as Braxy.
That's his name?
Yeah, that's a nickname that they got, and Braxy is a short term for where the creature originally originated from, which was in the Braxton County of Flatwoods, West Virginia.
Hey, Dan, you actually like this. Do you know that the Flatwoods Monster was the inspiration for a Zelda monster?
Really? Which one?
Which one was Ace?
Oh, I know the game it was in. That was Majora's Mask.
That's right. I was
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
I will say, when it comes to Flatwoods, it's kind of interesting in terms of how it's been depicted over the years, because most people probably know it for having this almost cyborgish appearance with an Ace of Spades crest on its head, glowing red eyes, and these strange thin arms with very long
appendages.
Claws. Appendages, thank you.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to say is, it's one of the cryptids that stands out among all of them when it comes to how they look.
It's easily the most unique looking of all cryptids. Like, this is a creature or alien, whichever you want to believe in, that you can instantly recognize. Because unlike a lot of other cryptids, like, say, like Bigfoot or even the Loch Ness Monster, like, there's plenty of variations on a very plain design. But with the Flatwoods Monster, it stands out completely on its own. Like, nothing else could look like it.
Yep. Actually, my dad had an interesting theory on the Flatwoods Monster. I don't know why I said that. But we were watching the Small Town Monsters documentary, and my dad brought up the theory that what if the Flatwoods Monster isn't a living creature, but like a alien rover?
So like a kind of like a drone of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. Like a sort of like a probe that you like in in War of the Worlds, like the drones that were used by the Martians.
Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't end like that. But still,
Oh yeah, well yeah, well in that case, then the
So
Flatwoods
basically
Monster
it was
could be
a
taken out
scout
by
unit.
germs.
that's true.
So you're
Dan,
saying
you
it
were
was
saying?
like a scout, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. But
So
Uh,
basically, just one out of a million in a race that has come to survey and pretty much determine whether or not we are to be enslaved and or be used for resources.
yeah,
Yep.
and
And to think on an alien planet, they're thinking, so what's going on Earth? Well, they saw the drone, and well, they're trying to profit off it. They're trying to sell. No, they're making up stories about it and making merchandise based around it.
and they're like, wait,
Have the
why are we
humans
getting
come
on
to
this
worship
shit?
us as gods? Have they
Oh,
come
which
to
we-
worship us as the deities?
No, not really. Some of them don't even believe it was us, but they're still buying merchandise and still profiting.
Should we sue them for
It's worship
libel at this
nonetheless.
point?
Aliens can't sue. Lawyers are only an Earth thing. This is a scientific fact. It's in the
Always.
Bible.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. As the good book says.
Thou
I don't
shalt
know
not
if you
flatwoods.
I don't know if you guys ever seen Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes, I have. Actually, on a side tangent, Dan, have you ever seen the Patrick Star version of If I Were a Rich Man?
What? It exists?
Yes, there is a somebody made a video of that. It's beautiful.
I'm guessing they used AI.
Yes. But
I like
If I
how-
were a rich man.
Now, I do want to say this. I think because of AI, we eventually will evolve into the world you see, and I have no mouth, I must scream. But it's not because that. But he doesn't hate. But the real Am will not hate humanity like he does in the books. He'll hate humanity because we do things like that with AI, and he will sound like Patrick Star.
Yeah, like for that and the amount of porn that is used for with AI.
Yeah, he won't hate humanity for being a war-loving species or anything. He'll hate us because we're perverts that do stupid things.
Yes, and
You know what?
which
I've
to be
actually-
fair, he would have a right to extinguish us in that
Yeah.
case.
Yes. You know what? I actually found out that I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is at least $1 on Steam. So it's a steal at this point. I'm thinking of getting it. I might stream it.
Please do.
Yes.
I've played it, and it is a great point and click.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: apparently, almost every time you heard Am's voice in anything, the original writer voiced him.
Yeah, I know.
Harlan
I know.
Ellison, and it's not hard to see why, because Harlan has a fantastic voice.
You know, I really want to have the voices of Kane and Am together.
I know. That's why I want an official crossover.
Well, we can't have that. We can't have that many good things, my friend. But we're going back to the Flatwoods Monsters.
No, I don't want to go back to this movie.
Ah!
Sorry,
Can we just talk
I gotta,
more?
I
Can we
gotta,
just talk?
I gotta
more?
ruin the moment. We got a recording to do with my friends. We could discuss this after the recording.
It's our fault for making a podcast about cryptid movies.
Yes. But so going back a little bit to the original case of the Flatwoods Monster. So in September of 1952, I believe this is the 12th, two brothers and their friends saw an object fly across the sky, and then saw what what we've all known for the Flatwoods Monster to appear with glowing eyes. And since then, it's become a cultural phenomenon in West Virginia. Of course, a lot of merch being made of it. Now, years later, of course, this a lot of investigators have pointed out that around that time there happened to be a meteor that was flying across the sky, and the eyes they were seeing might have very likely just been a barn owl. Which, to be fair, given the description, especially how artists have depicted the face, quote unquote, of the Flatwoods, yeah, I could see it as a barn owl. But still, it's a unique concept that honestly was tailor-made for fiction. As we brought up with being a ghost in Majora's Mask, It was also I believe, an enemy in the Fallout series. I think it was Fallout 76, if I'm not mistaken.
I actually just looked up the ghost from Majora's Mask. Yeah, I could see it now.
Yeah.
Also, the Flatwoods Monster makes a one-panel cameo in the Crooked Man and His Not So Scary Crooked Cat Girl, written by some great guy named CrookedLore.
Yeah, I heard he's got his thumb up his asshole a couple times too, but that's besides the point.
Well, that's for sexual pleasure, but still.
I will say this though, I did love that cameo that he got. But with all that in mind, you'd think that with a concept like that, it could make for a great villain or monster to use in many movies, but Yippy's kind of surprised that doesn't really happen.
I'm kind of upset there was never like a Sonic robot based on him. He looks like
or at least a villain based on that. Because to be fair, though, we could go into a side tangent of how many cryptids would be perfect Sonic villains, but that's a whole different other story.
That's true, but still at the same time, it's kind of weird how the most unique looking cryptid is not really used often.
That's the thing. It's not like there's barely any films on it, and you think that with a unique design like it does, that it would just be tailor made for being in some sort of antagonistic role, but to our unfortunate luck, it only got 2 films, I believe. The film that we're going to be talking about today, and the film that Crooked here wanted to originally make us watch, but he kind of fucked up and made us watch this movie instead.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the same movie apparently.
Is it? Because I saw the trailer for Legacy of Fear, and
not that. That was something else.
Okay, all right. So you just misplaced the name of it.
Yes. No, I wanted to show you the film with the guy with the eye patch and the marker drawn scar around the eye patch,
which is exactly what we got.
You're welcome.
Film.
That's the only reason I wanted to watch this, by the way.
Of course you did. And that film in question is Jamie Lockhart's 2022 film, just simply called Flatwoods.
Its original title was going to be Flatwoods' Justice, but I don't think anyone got the reference.
Yeah, and to give you an idea what kind of quality movie we're dealing with here, it's available.
Damn, I forgot what it was.
It's available on Tubi. Readily available for you to watch. So
if you're looking for a video to fall asleep to, I would definitely recommend this.
No, it's not just on Tubi, Ace. It's a Tubi original.
Oh, yes, a Tubi original. My mistake.
The free streaming service
that gives us such great quality films on there, such as Zilla
and for some weird reason, a ton of anime with Spanish subtitles. It's so weird, but I won't lie, I kind of love it.
Well, to be fair, I at least thank them for reintroducing me to Transformers Armada, thanks to Tubi.
And also Riff Tracks, Mystery Science Theater. There's actually a lot of good. There's also almost all the classic Godzilla movies, and actually a lot of Toho stuff on there.
I think a couple of Gamera movies, I'm not mistaken, too.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, there's a ton of good stuff on there, just not the original stuff.
Yeah, and whenever we do get of original stuff, it's well, not good would be a good word to use here.
It's like modern Netflix original stuff.
I would argue that it's a little worse than a lot of Netflix stuff.
Well, yeah, at least you get variety with Netflix stuff. You get animated stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that here on Tubi.
No.
Tubi is actually kind of like YouTube when it comes to original stuff.
That's a better one to use. I would describe that's actually, you know what? I think the best way to describe Tubi is that it's the YouTube for filmmakers, or at least low-grade filmmakers, because YouTube is no longer a place where a lot of filmmakers can really get their names out there anymore. And
unless you're an independent animator.
Unless you're an independent animator, or if you happen to have gotten into a film festival first and got a lot of attention, then be able to do it. But in a lot of filmmakers who were just kind of wanting to get their names out there, not really caring about what way to do it, yeah, Tubi is kind of the way to go, unless you may want to try Prime Video, which good luck on that.
Yeah, and to our kaiju fans out in the audience, they also love uploading the SRS kaiju films. You're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of great unique kaiju film, like the upcoming Glam Rock Kaiju Shark Attack. That's the actual name. Yeah. I'm not even joking. And I want to watch it because of the name. and I want to watch it because of the name.
Yeah. Okay, but when it comes to our film today, let's start out by giving some positives for the movie. One,
It exists.
one, it exists, but I'll say this: cinematography and special effects wise, if a bit inconsistent, do look pretty good.
I like the Flatwoods Monster design.
Yeah, I was about to say I like the more H.R. Giger insectoid-esque approach they went with it.
Though I kind of wish they tried making it like a puppet or something instead of going CGI.
Yeah, I mean, I think they also used like a hand puppet like for the headshots. I'm not, or at least I think that was, because the way it was shot, it was kind of hard to tell. But that's a good sign, though, if I can't really tell if it was puppetry.
Yeah, well,
or
if the head was a
CGI.
puppet, I feel like they could have made the rest of the body pretty easily because the rest of the body wasn't overly as detailed as the head.
That's true. It's a good, but special effects wise and cinematography wise, it looks like a decent looking movie. It looks like a film with a budget. Here's the problem, though: having your movie look good and sound good doesn't save when your writing is not on the same level, because this movie is poorly directed, poorly acted, and poorly written. And the thing is, I get the sense that the filmmakers behind this were fans of Boggy Creek, since it kind of has that, as you mentioned, Sippy, that mockumentary vibe to it, where they kind of wanted to like tell of the story of people seeing the Flatwoods Monster while being contained in this loose narrative about a woman trying to find answers for what happened with her mother when she saw the Flatwoods Monster herself.
What really pissed me off about the narrative, though, is that while the focus is and should be on the Flatwoods Monster, they mix it up with other cryptids, like the mention of Injured Cold, aka the Mothman, when he's warning her via the telephone not to go outside, but she does it anyway.
And
then there's also the Men in Black.
Yeah, the Men in Black and Alien Invaders, which, I mean, there is the belief that the Flatwoods Monster was an alien, so I get you want to add like a little nod to that, but don't make it like part of the subplot. Just make it like part of the interviews where maybe they'll say like a theory where it was an alien or not.
Yeah, I will say though, I do like the fact they made the Men in Black non-human, because that was always the belief of the Men in Black.
And that's fine, but here's the problem: if you wanted to do a movie like that, then just make it a full fictional film. Don't try to go this Boggy Creek approach with it.
Yeah, they didn't even really do that. They go from like mockumentary in one scene and then like actual film the next, and it doesn't read cohesively because other movies have done that kind of storytelling before.
Right, and look, it's fine if you want to kind of go with that, but just keep the narrative part of that very simplistic and make it more to complement the more documentary aspect of the film. That's what mockumentaries basically do.
Yeah. And also, I want to go into a bit of spoiler on this when it comes to the opening, when they were showing what happened to the girl's mom. How come they were cool with giving the girl when she was younger like amnesia drugs, but for her mom they just killed her?
I don't know. Like, I guess it's because the fact that she didn't see the Flatwoods Monster, but the mother did.
Or it was like, we ran out. Sorry.
They just ran out of sleeping pills.
Yeah.
They're just like, crap. We don't have enough for this girl. We don't have enough for this other woman.
Well, that shot may not work, but yeah, well, that shot's not going to work, but mine might.
Oh yeah, the fucking roofie drink that the lady had to ingest in order to throw up the memory device.
Yeah, which was an
odd reaction to Pepsi, really.
Yeah, like it was just like the whole narrative part of this movie was just head scratching. And
yeah, like I said,
we also didn't even mention the agent that appears in the movie, and the guy with the
Agent
eye patch.
X.
Yeah,
Agent
Ed.
Yeah, I thought it was X.
No, it was Agent Ed. He's literally just called Ed.
Well, at least that's less. At least that's a bit more imaginative than Agent X.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the character Agent X is also the guy with the eye patch. So,
oh god, but yeah, I absolutely love the guy with the eye patch because it's clearly the scar on his eye is clearly drawn on there with a marker. It not like in a carve how they did her mouth. They didn't decide to go any extra detail to make it look like a serious scar. No, they got a red marker and drew it on there.
Yeah, it was stupid.
We'll film in the dark so no one notices.
It's like, we'll fix it in post.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live.
Do it live.
Thing sucks.
Or they were gonna do it, or they were gonna fix it with computers. That was always George Lucas's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. And here's another thing too, is that I mentioned like that the special effects and the cinematography are good. They're also very inconsistent because of the poor direction. So one example I want to bring up is, you guys remember the scene where the Flatwoods Monster kind of goes back into the UFO? Do you remember how bad that thing looked when it was being beamed back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of an example of what I mean. Like, it's like when you're first, like, prior to that, you're looking at this, what looks like either a CG or a hand puppet, you're like, oh, okay, that doesn't look so bad. And then when that part comes up, it reminds you of what kind of movie you're watching.
Well, keep in mind, there was an editor on this film. You know what that means? This was probably the best one they had.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to imagine what else that they probably would have had in store.
I want the Snyder cut of this film.
Like the Flatwoods, the Braxy edition.
It'll be 8 hours long.
Oh God, please no.
Now, to be fair, the movie felt like it was 8 hours long.
Yeah, it takes
remember our
time.
Remember our complaints about the about Boggy Creek? Imagine that, but worse. Because this is only an hour-long film.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, at least with Boggy Creek, it at least keeps your attention with the environment, with the town that you're in, as well as the cases, each of the stories, each of the different stories I might.
It gave you a comfortable PBS documentary vibe to it. That kind of kept you hooked.
Right, like it had a legit documentary vibe to it, and it kept your attention. Now imagine that, but with the pacing of a snail, as well as not at all a consistent narrative or story structure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. The Sunshine Girl movie we reviewed last season had better pacing than this, and that first hour was just like teenage drama.
I hate saying it, but at least with that movie, there was a beginning, middle, and end to it. It wasn't great, but at least
and also it had a more interesting. The ending was actually interesting and actually kind of kept me hooked. I had no idea what happened around the end of this film.
Neither do I. So, like, our protagonist, and by the way, if it sounds like we're kind of just sputtering around a bit and just...
That's what the movie did.
That's the movie. That's the problem. We can't really give you guys a clear middle and end of how the movie goes, because the movie sure as hell ain't trying it.
Yeah, Dan's not talking because he fell asleep during the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's falling asleep right now the way we're talking about it.
Honestly, I have nothing to say to it other than what I've already said so far. The narrative sucks. The inclusion of all the other cryptids make no sense. Honestly, just kill me in my sleep.
Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah, we'll do it another time. After we torture you with some more. If anything, I would like to see this initial idea that sounded good on paper be given to somebody who can actually make it work. Because the idea of doing a mockumentary with the Flatwoods Monster, that could work. And I'd like to see this famous urban legend be utilized far better. But it's sad that this is what we've got at the moment. Like, this is the best. So let's get into ratings and let's cut this one short, because this movie ain't giving us much to work with. So what would you rank it, boys?
All right, I would give it 0 flat chest out of 100.
Hey, flat is justice.
Not here, it isn't. Literally.
Listen. Just because a chest doesn't have much doesn't mean that there's no treasure, okay?
Yeah, but what if a woods doesn't have much? What if the woods is just flat?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the woods has something spectacular to provide. I mean, even if it's small, it's to be appreciated.
Yeah, but which one are people gonna like more? Are they gonna like the Flatwoods Monster or the Titty Wood Monster?
Flatwoods.
All right, well, we're gonna
Now
end this because we're gonna have a serious debate after this is over.
Yeah, I was about to say now I'm hoping that there is such a cryptid known as the Titty Monster.
If
God,
there
I hope
isn't,
not.
I'm gonna make sure there is.
Yeah, like it'll just be like an animated version of the Titty Bear.
Yeah, actually, no. It's gonna look like the Flatwoods Monster, except his eyes are gonna be more bulging out.
Wait, how does that work for the name?
It cries milk.
You know, there is a gamer subs flavor called Titty Milk.
I don't want to drink that.
It's actually really good.
And now you're reminding me of like the store from Norman England's film The Idol called Hair Sugar Tit.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now, and to our audience, I want to apologize for the fact that the film we're reviewing only made up like 10% of the whole podcast.
Yeah, like this is gonna be probably I would argue maybe it's gonna be the shortest review we've ever done here because.
Well, not the shortest episode, but it's going to be the shortest review of
Hey,
the film
it's not our
itself.
fault. It's not our fault.
It's
okay?
not, but like
The film started it.
Yeah, well, we got to bring it up. Yeah, this movie's not going to give us much to work with. But anyways, but
join us next week when we review the
wait,
Titty
hold on.
Woods
I didn't
Monster.
even give my rating out, dumbass, and neither did Sippy.
All right, go on.
Jackass. All right, but Sippy, but what would you rate it?
I got nothing. Because that's what it means to me.
just no stars. All right, but if I were to give a rating, I would probably give it a half an eye patch out of 5.
How's that work?
Because that's literally, I'm giving it 10%. Because the only good I'm giving it is that there are some parts where the cinematography looks good and some of the special effects are decent. But anyways, so next time we are going to be going from the Flatwoods of West Virginia all the way to good old Florida.
Ew, why?
Why? Well, we're going to be descending to the sewers for an alligator.
Here we go again.
So until then, everybody, I am Ace Marrok.
Sippy.
Oh, sorry. I nearly drifted off there.
You fell asleep. You fell asleep because you reminded of the movie again.
Yeah, we get it. We're all exhausted from the movie. Even the movie was kind of tied around the end.
Yeah, this has been SippyVA. Too tired for this shit. Sip in bio. Send memes. Hope you guys have a great day.
I have been William Flattis, not Justice Curry.
And this has been Cryptic Collectors.